Good evening. I am Jenna Barker, and I am the 8th grade science teacher at Costa. Nice to meet you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. Welcome to Back to School Night. In this presentation, we are going to discuss a little bit about me, what this course is about, and what we're going to do throughout the year, how grading is done, what is the checkpoints and the homework assignments, what's the classroom environment, what are we going to be doing, what kind of programs are we going to be using as we adapt to remote learning, and how do you contact me and get in touch with me throughout the year. A little bit about myself. I was born in California, but because of my father's job, I moved around a lot. I went to school in Thailand. I went to schools in Texas. When I was in the seventh grade, I moved back to the Bay Area and took up the Contra bass and performed for the Contra Costa Youth Orchestra. And there we went to the Jelly Belly Factory and later on Disneyland to perform. When I was in and then my dad got transferred to Bangkok, Thailand, where I graduated from the International School of Bangkok in Bangkok, Thailand. It was a very interesting experience. I was there for the 2006 tsunami that hit on the coast of Krabi in the coast of the Bay of Thailand. And I was there during the takeover of the exile of the Prime Minister Thaksin. And then I went to school then I got my bachelor's degree in school in Canada, Victoria, Canada. And then I studied Japanese there, and I was pretty fluent. I also did a study abroad. The things I enjoy is traveling, drinking coffee, and petting my cat. This is Alfonso, he is my cat. As me as an educator, so after I graduated from university in Victoria, Canada, I went to teach English as a foreign language in Japanese middle schools and elementary schools. Here are some of my students. And I taught there for about 4 to 5 years. And then I continued teaching English as a foreign language in Sydney, Australia. And then that's when I realized that I really wanted to be a teacher. So I went back to the Bay Area and attended St. Mary's and got my teacher's credential. During that time, I worked as a student teacher, substitute teacher, and teacher's aide. And last year, I was also working with the math department. I also taught math and science and English. And currently, since the summer, I've been trying to get my master's in teaching. And starting this year is my first year teaching at Costa, and I'm very excited. So the Science 8 is a rigorous grade level course designed to provide students with a strong hands-on foundation to meet 8th grade national GSS science standards. However, hands-on might be a little bit hard during remote learning, but we'll do the best we can. And the focus areas are life science, earth and space science, and physical science. So during the year, we are going to have about 6 units, and they're all going to have very interesting projects. So right now we are doing, let's talk about genetics, and currently we're talking about genes, traits, and mutations. Later on in the month, we'll learn natural and artificial selection, especially in biotechnology, like this is Dolly, it's a she clone. We will then go to Everworld project, where we learn about planets and populations of organisms and how they change over time, and how adaptation arises due to the process of natural selection. Then we'll go into the universe and space, and we'll learn and we'll make models that explain lunar phases of the sun and moon and gravity and our solar system. Then we will go on to Newton's law and our playing with forces, and we'll explain how forces and motions of objects on Earth and space, and how velocity and mass determine the results of collision between objects. We'll then move on to solar cells and talk about electromagnetic energy and convert it into electricity. And then, oh, I forgot to change this, but this is going to be our electric and magnetic force project, and that can either be attractive or repulsive, and that forces act as a distance can be explained by fields. So how we will do grading for this year is that it's separated into 3 items. We have our projects, and 80% of it is those projects are going to be based on how well the student has showed the cognitive skills. And these will be assessed using the rubric, and students can always edit and redo the project to achieve a higher score. 14% of the student's grade is based on power focus areas, which are sent through content assessments. And these are about 10 questions, and they have to get an 80% mastery. And the way they can get it is they have to request it and send their teacher or their advisory teacher with notes. And then 6% of it is based on additional focus areas. And all these can be found on the Summit platform. So all these power focus areas and their projects and additional focus areas can be found in the PLP. So the matrix connect skills that the students will be tested on will be constructing an evidence-based explanation. So they'll be explaining a phenomenon using experiential evidence, displaying ideas and logical reasoning. Second one is entering data information to make valid claims, which is using information from sources to make valid and credible claims based on a scientific phenomenon model, and then design a solution. They'll use a lot of multimedia in their communication, PowerPoint, through oral and written, and then they'll do modeling and developing and describing phenomena using models. In remote teaching, of course, we'll be using a lot of different technology and platforms. The Summit Learning Platform is where all their assignments will be located. Our classes will be on Zoom. Lesson materials and extra information will be on Google Classroom. During class, we might be using some peer deck where we will discuss things. And then the students will be using their own notebooks for science, where we'll put down science vocabulary and topics, and also where they can put their notes for their focus areas. How checkpoints and homework will work is that every Monday, we have class Monday and Thursdays, and we will take notes in class. And these notes have to be turned in. So Monday notes have to be turned in by Wednesday at 4 p.m. and Thursday class notes have to be turned in by Friday by 4 p.m. They're always welcome to email me for an extension if necessary, but please make sure it's turned in by these dates because they're just showing that they participated in class. Wednesday is class time for them at home. And so usually I would give them a checkpoint assignment that's about readings that would help them with their focus areas, or it's mostly based on how preparation works, like readings and videos that will help them with the class for discussion and for talking with their peers during Thursday class. In Google Classroom, there's also a Science 8 calendar that includes the assignments and their due dates. And it'll look like this. It's on their Google Classroom. So they'll have their Monday assignments, which is usually their class notes. Wednesday is their homework assignments that they do at home. And they also can work on focus areas throughout the week. And then Thursday is their class work. And also, any checkpoints that are red or orange are homework and overdue assignments. So if your child has any red in their Summit Learning platform, that is things that they have to do. If it is green, which you can't see here, if it is green, then it's okay. It's been a completed assignment and got passing. In my class, this is my teacher credo. In my class, students will question, interpret, laugh, empathize, critically think, analyze, collaborate, and learn. And I believe that curiosity is one of the most important things for science. And so I agree with this quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson: good education is not what fills your head with facts, but what stimulates curiosity. So you'll learn for the rest of your life. If you're ever absent in class or you need to review on the material that we learned during class, class notes and the Google Slides will be on Google Classroom. The Zoom class video will be on Google Classroom, and any other materials that we use in class will be on the Google Classroom. If you need to communicate with me, you may email me at janet.barker@cocospot.org. If you prefer to phone call, you can always call the main school, find my name, and then leave a voice message. And when I hear your voice message, I will call you right back. If your child needs any extra help or just need to communicate with me, email is fine, Google Hangout is fine, but my office hours are also fine. And it's every Tuesdays and Fridays from 3:30 p.m. to 4:20 p.m. And that's all. If you have any questions, please email me and let's have a great 2020 to 2021 year. Thank you.